One of the charismatic movement's brightest stars is Joyce Meyer. The blurb in her ministry's website describes her as follows. Joyce Meyer is one of the world's leading practical Bible teachers. A New York Times best-selling author, her books have helped millions of people find hope and restoration through Jesus Christ. Through Joyce Meyer Ministries, she teaches on hundreds of subjects, has authored over 70 books, and conducts close to 15 conferences per year. To date, more than 3 million of her books have been donated around the world, and in 2006, over 4.7 million copies were sold. Suffering sexual abuse as a child and the pain of an emotionally abusive first marriage, Joyce discovered the freedom to live victoriously by applying God's Word to her life, and in turn desires to help others to do the same. From her battle with breast cancer to the struggles of everyday life, she speaks openly and practically about her experiences so others can apply what she has learned to their lives. Joyce holds an earned PhD in theology from Life Christian University in Tampa, Florida, an honorary doctorate in divinity from Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and an honorary doctorate in sacred theology from Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. End the blurb. With all that, you'd imagine that the lady may be depended on to present at least a biblical view of fundamental doctrines on the subject of salvation. She doesn't. I'm not today dealing with her word of faith theology, a version of the name it and claim it heresy that has become so popular with TV preachers who flourish by fleecing unsuspecting and vulnerable people of money they can ill afford to donate to already bloated so-called ministries. No, what I'm concerned with is a peculiar dogma that some charismatics have carried over from medieval superstition, to which they have added their own little twist. Joyce Meyer once joined people like Kenneth Hagin in proudly proclaiming this dogma, and though she later edited her bold assertion of it, there is no evidence that she has ever repudiated it. I refer to the notion that on the cross, Christ did not make a full payment for sin, but had to go to hell where demons tormented him, and he continued to pay until God yelled enough and raised him from the dead, thus making Christ the first born-again man. This is heresy on a number of scores. First, the dogma that at death Jesus went to hell is built on a flimsy foundation, nothing more than a misunderstanding of Ephesians 4:8 through 10 and 1 Peter 3:18 through 20. On the cross, the Lord told the dying thief that they would both enter paradise, not a hell of torments, that very day. Second, the Myers dogma has Christ paying for sin by the torments laid on him by demons, a crass resurrection of the ancient and heretical ransom to Satan theory of the atonement. Joyce Meyer has a couple of DDs. DD usually stands for Doctor of Divinity. But the Bible speaks of another kind of DD, what Paul calls Doctrines of Devils. That's precisely what we're dealing with in these charismatic delusions. Make no mistake, anyone who teaches that on the cross Jesus did not make a full payment for sin may sport a DD. But believe me, it's a DD of the wrong kind.